Okay, good morning everyone. Today we will learn about the blood circulation mechanism. How is the blood transferred from the heart and the heart to body, body to heart? We know, understand the blood circulation mechanism. Blood circulation mechanisms are two types. Pulmonary circulation and the systematic circulation. Pulmonary circulation is the process of the transfusing of the blood through heart to lungs and lungs to heart, so which is known as the pulmonary circulation. Then systematic circulation is the process of the blood circulation, mechanism of the blood circulation, which is the transfers of the heart to body and body to heart, which is known as systemic circulation. Okay, then now we will learn about the part of the heart. We know all understand the part of the heart. In the heart, total of the four chambers of the heart: right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. Okay, then superior vena cava, upper part of the heart is connected by the superior vena cava, and the lower part of the right heart is connected by the inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava and the right heart, you here too, you look here is the blue part, because of the why it carry the deoxygenated blood from the body, right? Then left side of the heart, you see here is the red colored, because of the why it conduct and it carry oxygenated blood. Okay, this should be the no. Okay guys, this is the deoxygenated blood from the heart. Okay, part. And then we move to detailed mechanism of the heart, how to do it. And then right atrium and the right ventricle connected by the what? Connected by the tricuspid valve, which is called as the tricuspid valve. Okay, this valve is called as the tricuspid valve, and this right left atrium and left ventricle connected by opened through the bicuspid valve अथवा mitral valve पनि भन्ने गरिन्छ. Then right ventricle and pulmonary artery, this is called pulmonary artery, which is opened through the pulmonary valve. Okay, then pulmonary valve, then left ventricle and connected with aorta, which is called as the aortic valve. This is called as the aortic valve. Okay, this is called as the tricuspid valve. This is called as the bicuspid valve. This is called as the pulmonary valve, and this is called as the aortic valve. Okay, now we should try to understand mechanism of the heart. Okay, we should try to understand mechanism of the heart in different slides. Then we will move then next page of this. Okay, now you should try to understand in the portion of the heart. Okay, now this is called as the heart. Okay, this is the heart. Now general about the heart, this is the heart, right? This is the heart. Now in the heart, there are four chambers of the heart in our body. Okay, in our heart, four chambers. Now Now we should try to understand, this is the superior vena cava. Okay, this is the superior vena cava, right? This is the superior vena cava, and this is called as the inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava, superior vena cava collect the blood from the body. Okay, this is the superior vena cava, this is the inferior vena cava. Okay, this is the superior vena cava, SB. Okay, this is called as the superior vena cava. You know, superior vena cava, this is the inferior vena cava, lower part of the body collect गर्छ blood. Okay, यसले चाहिँ blood चाहिँ हाम्रो lower part of the body बाट blood collect गर्छ भने यसले चाहिँ superior vena cava ले चाहिँ blood चाहिँ हाम्रो के गर्छ त भन्दाखेरि upper body part बाट blood collect गरेर right ventricle मा right आर्टेरियममा लिएर आउँछ। ओके, राइट आर्टेरियममा लिएर आउँछ। यो चाहिँ हाम्रो राइट आर्टेरियम हो भने यो चाहिँ हाम्रो के हो त भन्दाखेरि राइट भेन्ट्रिकल हो। राइट आर्टेरियम र राइट भेन्ट्रिकल भनेर भन्छौँ। राइट भेन्ट्रिकलमा कलेक्ट गर्छ है। सुपिरियर भेना काभा र इन्फेरियर भेना काभाले राइट भेन्ट्रिकलमा राइट आर्टिकलमा चाहिँ कलेक्ट गरेको ब्लड अब हाम्रो ट्राइकस्पिड भल्भ हुन्छ भनेर भनेका थियौँ। दिस इज कल्ड एज द ट्राइकस्पिड भल्भ। Okay, this is called as the tricuspid valve. This tricuspid valve open and then blood transfer in the right ventricle. Okay, right ventricle. Then this right ventricle fill up the blood through the blood. This is called as the this is called as the this is called as right ventricle and deoxygenated blood. Then here is the pulmonary valve connected pulmonary artery. This is called as the pulmonary artery. Okay, now pulmonary artery carry the blood into lungs. Okay, Lung. Okay, this is the lungs. This is the lungs, right? This is the lungs. This is called as the pulmonary valve. Then this pulmonary valve open and transferred by the pulmonary artery in lungs. Okay, then in lungs oxygen and the carbon dioxide exchange हुन्छ in the alveoli of the lungs. Okay, alveoli of the lungs मा के हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि CO2 and O2. Okay, CO2 रिलिज गर्छ र O2 क्यारी गर्छ। O2 क्यारी गर्छ, CO2 रिलिज गर्छ र O2 क्यारी गर्छ। ओके, अब दिस इज द राइट वे अफ द लर्निङ। Okay, then this O2 then exchanged with and transferred by the this is called as the pulmonary vein. This is called as the pulmonary vein. Deoxygenated blood carried to lungs through heart to lungs is called pulmonary artery, and oxygenated blood from the alveoli lungs which is carried by the pulmonary vein. Then pulmonary vein carry the blood into left arterium. Okay, this is called as the left arteries. This is called as the left arterium. This left arterium then transfer the blood into the left ventricle. This is called as the left ventricle. Okay, this is called as the left ventricle LV. This is called as the left ventricle. Then left arterium blood transfer into left ventricle through the bicuspid valve and a mitral valve. Then it fills by the oxygenated blood, which is called whole total process is called as the pulmonary circulation through heart to lungs, lungs to heart, which is called as the pulmonary circulation, right? Then this is called as the aortic valve. Here is connected with the aortic valve and this called the aorta, right? Those are the arteries and blood, the whole of the blood. Then oxygenated blood transfer throughout the whole body, which is known as the then carried out through the blood and heart, then heart to blood, which is called as the systematic circulation. Okay, you all know understand this. I hope. Then now I move to the next, and this is the first slide of my person. Okay, now I will give you the whole concept of blood and then try to understand. Okay, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava collect the deoxygenated blood from the body in the right arterium of the heart. Right arterium of the heart. Then then it transfer to blood the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. Then it fills the right ventricle and transfer the blood into in lungs by the pulmonary artery opened with the pulmonary valve. Then in the lungs, deoxygenated blood, CO2 release out in the alveoli and in with the oxygen. Then oxygenated blood out through the pulmonary vein. Then through the pulmonary vein, which is called as the pulmonary vein in the left atrium. Then left atrium fills by the oxygenated blood and transferred into in left ventricle through the bicuspid valve or mitral valve. Then it fills by the oxygenated blood and through the aorta, open the aortic valve, and then it transfer the whole body with the oxygenated blood and nutrients, which is the complete blood circulation. What is the pulmonary circulation? You may understand this flow chart. Okay, oxygenated blood from the body enters to the right atrium by the vena cava. Then blood flow to the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. Then right ventricle pumps blood through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary valve into the pulmonary artery. Okay, then blood travels to the lungs where it releases CO2 and gains O2 in the alveoli. Then oxygenated blood returns to the left atrium by the pulmonary vein. Okay, this is the pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein to carry the oxygenated blood into the into left atrium. Then systematic circulation starts in our body, which is called as the pulmonary circulation. Then systematic oxygenated blood enters to the left atrium from the lungs by the pulmonary vein. Then blood flows to the left ventricle through the mitral or bicuspid valve, right? Mitral or bicuspid valve. Then left ventricle pumps blood through the aortic valve into aorta. Aortic valve into aorta. Then blood is distributed to all part of the body through the arteries, which is called as the arteries. Okay. Then after the delivering O2 and the nutrients, blood return to the vena cava through the vein as a deoxygenated blood, which is called as vein. This is the deoxygenated called as the deoxygenated, and oxygenated blood arteries carry the oxygenated and veins carries the deoxygenated blood. Okay, then summary of this cycle is the body have the deoxygenated blood carries the right heart of the atrium and the ventricle. Then the lungs gas exchange and left heart carry the oxygenated blood and through the blood. Then which cycle is the repeated? You may understand blood vessels. Arteries carry the blood away from the heart. Arteries are the responsible for carry blood away from the heart, and the veins carry the blood toward the heart. Veins carry blood towards the heart. Capillaries site of the exchange of the blood. Then you may know all of the key point. You may remember this the key point in your mind. Right heart handle deoxygenated blood from the body, and left heart handle the oxygenated blood, collect the blood. Okay, from the lungs, from the body, from the lungs. Okay, then pulmonary circulation connect heart and lungs. Pulmonary circulation connect heart and lungs, and systematic circulation delivers blood to the body, and it it is the continuous closed loop system, which is known as the blood system. Please share, subscribe, and कमेन्ट गर्न नभुल्नुहोला। यहाँलाई कस्तो लाग्यो, र हामी यस्तै भिडियोहरू फेरि पनि लिएर आउने नै छौँ। थ्याङ्क यू सो मच।